By the Critter Cleaver. Oh, the old captain of the Deviant. I know what you're thinking. I have too many lovable cats, dogs, pigs, birds, and pigs. Like you, I once thought I could take stray pets, care for their needs, and shower each with equal affection. But we limited beings have only so much love to spread around. Unpleasant, unfair, unfortunate. That's why I took it upon myself to optimize affection and curtail my creature's care. I bring you Critter Cleaver. Or Clever. The Cleaver is a handy, ethics-free apparatus yanked from a genuine and Griffin dig site and restored to glorious functionality. Simply slide your favourite feline down one end and let the Cleaver do its... What? What? The best yet to come. See, the Cleaver remembers. Stick a white bird in there, it remembers. Purple pig, it remembers. It even remembers your pet's strengths, weaknesses and favourite places to poop. No. Now, your furry friend isn't going to slide out of the Cleaver's business end same as it went inside. No, they come out different. Better sometimes. That's where it gets fun. Combinations. Want a bird to think like a pig? Want a cat to think like a different, better cat? The Cleaver provides. You'll be doing me a favour of epic proportions if you gave the Critter Cleaver a whirl. Once folks see you using it, everyone will want to turn. I've moved it to the far wall of the dark cupboard, which is at Perik's Overwatch in Nikitaka. You can find the Cleaver just due west of the wooden fella. Friend and fellow animal lover. I fixed the insert receptacle so there is no longer accepted Orlin and gave it a good scrubbing. You are all welcome. What? So I can just go up and just kill everybody. Sounds a bit unpleasant, if you ask me. Heart of the Deadfire. Nikitaka. Deep Spring. 28. Getting on in a couple of years, I suppose. Battle! As you walk down the deck, your approach is noted by a cadre of heavily armoured Anuma. The leader briskly leads them to intercept you. The harbour master looms over you, not deigning to stoop or lower his gaze to your level.
You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
Trains are thick-necked to look around the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portions of incredulity and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Well, yeah.
You can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers too.
As her attention returns to you, the Ama's mood becomes more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Nekataka.
So many bells. I must tell you to fuck off. Yeah, I'll remember that next time when I'm doing the evil one. I'm following a giant made of Adra. I need to see someone in the palace about it. Harbour Marrow chuckles to herself, as do the women and men behind her.
Yeah, you do need to see someone, truly. I think it's the animancers in the spire you're looking for.
Taps her forehead 3 times and casts a clue at me. He's like, ooh. The assembled guards roar with laughter and clap the harbour master on the back of her for her joke. Deep within you, you feel uncomfortable rolling. You can't be certain if the sensation is physical or spiritual. but it immediately induces nausea and fills your ears with the sound of blood rushing through your head. Cutting through the din, you hear a familiar woman's voice speak. Each word comes slowly, falling with what sounds like the chiming of a small bell. Oh, that's the mother, grieving mother.
Show them.
Show them. Oh, that's no her then, that's
Show them what you are.
Why do I need to show them what I am though? This is curious. Well, I didn't want her dictating what I should be doing. Concentrate on folding the edge of the in-between. Close your eyes and turn your mind inward, blocking out the sounds of the harbour and a menacing pack of guards. Soon all you can hear is a rushing of blood in your head and a muffled chime ringing somewhere far away.
Yes. Yes. That's it.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
The roar in your head begins to abate. The ringing of the chime becomes clearer, rhythmic. 2 successive peals followed by a brief respite. You realise the chime is ringing in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes, the harbour master is gesturing wildly, presuming you get to your attention, and yelling in your face, but you hear no words, only the ringing of the chime as your heart rate slows, and slows, and slows.
Now.
What? What is this?
Run for it! I think I got a ghost up my nose there. That's better.
What the fuck did I just do? Something not good anyway. That's for damn sure. Pero.
On it. Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more delicate? If you have a frame, I can fit cloth to it without fuss.
Eder's eyeballs your shoulder width, doing some mental calculation.
Take your time. I'll give you space to browse.
Right, so that'll be the I have to yeah, so yeah. So I would have to wear that if I'm gonna sneak into it. I think I want to sneak rather than do it this way. So that's how I would do it then. I would buy the cape and all that.
Dora must think I work for free.
Oh no.
Be with you in just a almost had it. Damn your
The
eyes.
sun-scarred dwarf gingerly picks up, has a splinter in his thumb, muttering that it's painful.
Glad to see a client eye to eye. for a
Hey,
change.
that's a good joke. He gives up with a frustrated grunt, shaking his hand.
Came in on the sloop?
Bloop.
I can hammer your ship together if you're apt to pay me for it.
Zamar bares his teeth and grinds them hard enough to sound over the noise of a dog. Having trouble with a client?
Aye. Captain Redora hasn't paid me for her commissioned firepower.
Ooh.
While I'm up to my nose in debt, the wild mare gobbles up her coin. And now, pirates are holding my feet to the fire over some sham of a deal.
Zamar winches and tugs harder on his beard in self-administered punishment.
If I don't get Redora's payment, I might as well start carving my swallow net.
What kind of deal are the pirates offering?
One where I mend Principe ships and no others.
Pulls out his back and his face with both hands, but a knot returns to his tangled configuration.
And here I'd have thought a shipwright would be eager for an exclusive contract. In particular, one with clients disposed towards getting their ships shot to shit and shot again.
Folk like that come by coin easy, only to lose it all again. I'm not sinking my business on the say-so of a pack of puffed-up bilge rats. Bastards are driving away business until I give in.
If someone bought Redora's commission, would that solve your money problem?
Aye, but only once she fesses up that she doesn't have the coin.
The thing among his beard, Sama finds a black hair and plucks it out.
Call me a fool for holding out hope. She's an old client and a friend.
And why haven't you settled your differences already?
Because I've got a backlog of work through the next turning of the wheel. And I'm old, damn it.
Damn it!
These hips won't carry me to the mare and back without a fight.
In other words, we need to go to the Wild Mare. Well, that's just fine and dandy.
Bad bandit.
Mare's a right popular place. There are worse favors I could ask.
You find your way out of this.
Aye. Hope and a hammer are all I've got left.
Shrugs and sighs at his workshop.
Oh, come take a look.
Come take a look. Like, okay. Look everywhere. See what we find.
What for, Cap? Not to be telling you your business, Cap, but if we don't set sail for Deadlight, Benworth will finish his repairs and pull anchor.
Ah, so it is. Okay, so it is. That's probably a timed quest, I'm going to assume.
Later, sure.
Aye. Yes?
I'd like your thoughts on my search for Aethys.
One would hardly imagine that a colossus made of glowing Ardra could be so hard to find.
He shakes his head.
But then I suppose the gods wouldn't have chosen you if the task were easy.
What do you know about the Felerian Trading Company?
Well, they seem largely competent. I would feel better about that were they not run by profiteers and animancers.
He smiles wryly.
Well, Governor Clario seemed honest and well-intentioned. So one wonders why he was stationed at such an out-of-the-way post.
Do you have any thoughts on the Principe?
I'd heard Deadfire had a pirate problem, but I had no idea how large it was. Or how fashionable.
You get the sense he's impressed despite himself.
Still, the only thing more dangerous than a unified pirate nation is one at war with itself. I worry about who will be caught in their crossfire.
Do you ever make it back to your dear?
As a matter of fact, I did. I saw my mother for the first time in years.
There's a lightness in his eyes and his posture that you've never seen before when speaking of his family. How was your mother?
She was well. She'd been living with her Thane for quite some time. I don't think she'd been to see my father since I left.
He fidgets at the hem of his garment, looking distracted at something on the ground.
I used to blame her for her long absences, for not intervening directly with my father.
What happened to your father? Well, I kind of know, but I'm gonna...
He was an exacting man with a violent temper. One that often found its outlet in me.
His face pales a shade.
It was decades ago now.
Smiles wanly.
I'm just pleased I could come to a better understanding with my mother. I realized that she was torn between two demanding roles and two demanding men.
He looks back up at you.
I used to resent her for failing to protect me. But I understand now that her absence is what allowed me to grow. Intentionally or not, she gave me the space I needed to learn a degree of independence.
Happy for you.
Thank you. It felt good to resolve that much.
Did you see your father? Shakes his head, his lips pressed tightly together.
It's one thing to forgive my mother for her absence. Quite another to excuse him.
Can you remind me of what the situation was between your parents?
My father was steward to an earl in the Seathwood. My mother entered into a hamnig with a thane when I was very young. I think they must have loved each other once, but I recall little evidence of it.
It sounds like it was a great trip then. Yeah, I don't know.
It was.
It was, okay. How are you holding up?
It's been a while since I've been able to speak candidly with anyone, especially about the leaden key. It's unexpectedly liberating.
That's all. Right.
Right.
Alright, so do I want to start from bottom to top? Yeah.
Well met, stranger. Akira, but isn't this district a fine place?
Here, the hunted woman stares off into the distance with a longing expression. Turn to see what she's looking at. She doesn't settle at any point of particular interest. Everything from the high buildings to the cobblestones is a subject of fascination. She notices your attention and turns her eyes to the ground.
I am not one meant to venture far from the gullet. Until recently, I had a respectable job at the Luminous Bathhouse. Now that I am unemployed, I seek to make myself useful before the money runs out, and I must return to the Roparu as a pauper.
She frowns and turns her gaze back to you. You worked at the Luminous Bathhouse?
A wonderful place. Would that I could cross its threshold again and feel the mist of luminous waters.
Her smile is sad, if genuine.
In spite of my time there, I cannot do else but give it my highest recommendation. You will find the Luminous Bathhouse in Periki's Overlook.
Tell me about Queensberry.
The Queen granted this area of the city to the Valian outsiders. Here they organize their business and trade, digging up the archipelago with both hands and carrying riches overseas.
Glances toward the docks.
In her welcoming embrace, the Queen allowed a similar concession to the Royal Deadfire Company. You would do well to see as much of Nekataka while you are here, I am thinking.
So how did you lose your job at the bathhouse?
More happens at the bathhouse than cleanliness and ease. It is a place of meetings, business, and transactions, to all of which the attendants are either blind or deaf. One day, I overheard, more than I ought to have. In my erring, I gasped. To my great shame, I showed a most unprofessional reaction before clients. I was fired, and rightly so.
She bows her head. What did you overhear in the bathhouse? Intrigued? She shakes her head and lowers it to deepest shame. She's trembling, as it's clear that, in her estimate, she has suffered enough about debasing herself even further. Well...
Akira, you want to follow the road north, up the mountain, always climbing. It is the highest point in the city.
Yeah. Well, that was a story. No sooner do you approach the Ferrarian woman that she squirms and turns up her nose, regarding you with thinly veiled distaste.
I only deal with serious clients. Now shoo.
She makes a sweeping gesture with both hands. Stand your ground. I'm a serious client.
A serious brute. I can see this from here. Madiko. But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the wild mare.
She grimaces towards the east.
When blood travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten.
You give out bounties. I could take some of your hands. Why aren't more sales accepting work?
Ugh, but I blame Luminous Adra.
She folds her arms and exhales sharply through her nose.
Our privateers are busy escorting shipments out of the Deadfire. Everyone is rich, no one is
No
hungry.
one is hungry, but I could help you with that.
Where are the Casitas willing to sink their enemies for a bag of pyres, huh? Drunk on success.
You wave dispersively towards the east. What bounties do you have available?
I do not make a habit of shepherding new talent, but there is a seed of potential.
She sighs to herself and peers over your shoulder before giving up and addressing you directly.
We will cut your teeth on Biakara, a Huana sailor and would-be patriot who plagues company ships.
I'll take the bounty.
Gelarde! Biakara sails a voyager's scale of Tangaloa off of Hasongo's northeastern coast.
Aenia studies you once more before shrugging and seeing you off with a wave. Some questions.
Questions? Ask your questions, I mean. Well, the Queen's Birth ship hunters are not exactly pounding at my door for work. Enjoy the lack of competition while it lasts. Take your...
I surely will, my dear. I surely will. Okay. That's a trading company. I don't want to do that just yet.
We can summon guards if you want to be difficult, Aimiko. Kindly leave.
If Luca doesn't see reason, the Duape will lose their lands. For their sake, I must...
Just like, fuck off. The young Huana wears a discerned frown. He meets your approach with the flicker of a welcoming smile, but it dies down quickly.
Please, I must ask a favor.
Guy's back from making eye contact, keeping his head lowered.
What say? Do you have business with the Valian Trading Company?
Not yet, at least. Why?
My people of the Duape. We signed a contract with the company.
Looks toward the headquarters with a despondent frown.
We were not understanding the terms at the time. I wish to, renegotiate. But the clerks turned me away.
Tell me more about this contract.
My father, the Ranga, took payment from the company. In exchange, they dig for Adra.
He speaks with more confidence, as if these words were rehearsed several times over.
He did not understand the Valian way. When he dies, the Outlanders will claim our island for themselves.
I say you should have read the contract.
Father has fallen ill, and the clerk, Luca, stands by the agreement as surely as if it was stamped in his skin.
That's a bold proposition, if I ever heard one.
Akira, already this treatment is not so unusual. I made my appeals to Luca, but my words were as stones dropped down the deepest well. While I am barred from the company office, I can do nothing for my people.
Tawenu worries one of the many tussles adoring his garb. I'll meet with this Luca. Yeah, maybe. Yep. Why did they kick you out of the office? Why did they kick you out of their office?
I showed Luca a new contract, yes?
Ooh.
Fairer, more agreeable terms. Luca called me a criminal and summoned his guards.
Lets his arms hang down by his side. What do you mean, a new contract?
A man in the gullet offered to assist me. He carried papers, ink, and wax.
Gullet.
He helped to write a new contract in the Valian way and to fix the correct seals. Luca, I say he did not like this. He took my contract and forced me into the streets.
Forgery.
I do not know this word. I would fix, but Luca will not give me the chance. Negotiating with outsiders has not gone my way.
Alright, maybe we can arrive at a more agreeable terms.
Akira, my thanks. I will remain here by day until justice is done.
The worst of his concerns are quickly overshadowed by a broad smile. Oh, we can sneak in. You duck down in the canal and find yourself kneeling before an iron gate. The reek of sewage rafting from the other side is powerful enough to bring tears to your eyes. The iron bars are set firmly into the surrounding brick, bearing passage onward. The iron appears solid, but exposure to the elements has worn away the surrounding brickwork. The bars extend deeper than these evidence fractures, and prying the grate loose would take considerable effort. Thought I had that. Use a pry bar. Put your weight in the bar, causing one of the bars to snap free, leaving enough space to crawl through. You carefully squeeze through the opening, steeling yourself for what comes next. Oh, here we go. Ah! In the darkness of a tunnel, you hear quiet reaching. You press off with your offered sympathies. Partial success. As you progress through the tunnel, a change in the air pressures catches your attention. There's an opening above your head. The walls are slick and coated with waste, but you find handholds carved on either side of the narrow passage leading up. Haul yourself out of the pit towards freedom. And through the toilet does the Fairhaven Trading Company headquarters. Well, lovely. Well, lovely. Oh, I smell like shit. Isn't that great? Oh, so I could sneak my way in if I didn't take it in. I would imagine that's what that is. But I think we want to go doing the right way, right? Squeeze through the opening and go down. Pinching your nose shut, you climb down a narrow passage. The muck of a lightless abyss rises to welcome you. Lovely. Lovely. Right, so I'm going to assume that's like a secret passage or something.
You're a follower of the light?
The light? Oh, you mean... well, depends on what you mean by follow.
Maybe you heard earlier? I follow Aethys too. Mostly, in a way. I mean, I am a child of the Dawn Stars, even if firstly I'm a Gonite.
That's good, I guess. For you.
Oh, maybe you don't want to talk about it. That's all right. Surely, some other time, then. Was it the way I said it? Or maybe I'm in need of a washing.
Maybe. We did just waft through shit. You know, yep.
In the market for decent footwear? You won't find any cat leather around in my shop. Some of us hold ourselves to a higher standard. Of course. Come take...
Lovely. Find something better?
Hey, I wanted to ask you something. It's about Shodi.
What do you want to ask?
She means well. I can see that. And she's spirited, and if I was still young and didn't know the things I know, it'd be different. But anybody got that much faith in any god, let alone Aethys? I don't know how to talk to someone like that. Not these days. I get why she's like that. And I was there once, a long time back.
His eyelids flare with relived embarrassment.
But it's 'cause of that I can't see a way to respect it. I'm no good at hiding it from her either. I don't see this getting better.
There's more to her than you're giving her credit for.
Doesn't seem like she's any different than what she shows.
She's a Dawn Star, but she doesn't worship Aethys, she worships God.
Same thing, really. That's just her trying to find a way to worship Aethys that makes sense to her. I guess that sounds familiar now that you mention it.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with it, buddy. Just gonna have to deal with it.